care. So that is what Lord is. He is Bhaktavatsala. What he takes is the love of the devotees. Ki apurva shakti prakashila gaurachandra ke mate khayena nahi jane bhakta vrinda. So it was very difficult to understand how Lord is eating so many items. Bhaktera padartha prabhu khayena santoshe khaya sabar janma karma kahe sheshe. The Lord happily ate the foodstuffs offered by his devotees and then began to describe their birth and activities. After accepting the ingredients of service offered by his devotees, the Lord happily praised their good fortune, birth, and pious activities. Some persons considered that Mahaprabhu described the previous pious activities of the living entities by his quality of omniscience. So by allowing the devotees to serve Lord is actually considering their pious activities. Which pious activities? Very clearly it has been told in Bhagavad Gita, Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punyakarmana. Jananam punyakarmana. So which pious activities has been spoken here? The pious activities which is devoid of so-called papa and so-called punya of this material world. The pious activities described here is some or the other, yena kena prakarena. Somebody has served Krishna in different ways. Or he has come in contact with Adiya Vastu of Krishna. Or he has attained the mercy of the spiritual master, he has attained the mercy of the devotees. So that is Punya Karmana which has been spoken here. Then that person gets the Bhagya to feed Krishna, to serve Krishna. So Bhagya even to cook for Krishna is which lifetime, what Punya? When we have come in contact with the things belonging to Krishna, or knowingly, unknowingly, we have served Krishna in different capacities, we have served the devotees of Krishna, we don't know. That is by cooking for Krishna, serving Krishna, dressing Krishna, sweeping the temple of Krishna, chanting the holy name of Lord. This is all the mercy of the devotees. Srila Prabhupada gives the explanation about the 9 process of devotional service. It starts with Adav, Shraddha, Tata, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Anartha, Vivritti, so on, till Prema. There, Prabhupada gives a commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which says, the first 2, here the 9 steps have been given. But first 2, which is mercy of the devotees, serving the devotees. We don't know when the mercy of the devotees will flow. When we have done knowingly, unknowingly the service to Lord, service to the devotees. Service to Lord is afterwards. One cannot serve Lord directly because he doesn't know how to serve. It can come only with the devotees. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, serving the devotees, mercy of the devotees. Then it develops faith in the devotees. That is, in the devotional process, you can say, Shraddha, Adav Shraddha. The faith in the process. Now, in which lifetime we have done that first two, we don't know. In which lifetime we have done. Then a person develops faith. And when he develops faith, he again tries to seek association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha. Bhajana Kriya. Then the process starts with bhajana, sevas. Then anarthas are removed. Then the ruchi, the taste changes. Nishtha, then the Nishtha stage comes, the firm faith in the devotional service in the process. Then comes Nishtha. Nishtha here, then comes Ruchi. Ruchi refers to the taste. Now the devotional taste, the spiritual taste starts. Material taste is gone. Then comes Asakti. Then comes Bhava. Then Prema, Vipralamba, Prema. So in between also, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives 2-3 more stages. Bhaktera, Padartha, Prabhu Khayena Santoshi Khaya Sabara Janma Karma Kahe Sheshe. Tata kshane se bhaktera hayaye smarana santoshe achadakhaya karaye krandana. So as a result, each devotee remembered his previous activities and joyfully fell to the ground crying. So every devotee was so excited and happy. They remembered their previous activities. Now see, this is also the kripa of Lord. And in this way, they fell to the ground crying. Shiva sere bole are pade tora nama tora mane Bhagavata shuniliye devananda sthane. The Lord said to Shivas, O Shivas, do you remember when you once heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Devananda Pandit? Pade pade Bhagavata prema rasa maya shuniya dravila ati tomara hridaya. Every line of Bhagavatam is full of loving devotional service mellows, and your heart melted on hearing that narration. Uchchai Ishwaragari Mila Gila Kandite Vivalahaya Tumi Padila Bhumite. You began to cry loudly and fell to the ground, overwhelmed with ecstasy. Abodha Paluya Bhakti Yoga Na Bhujiya Balgiya Kandaye Kenena Bhujila Iha. Not understanding your devotional sentiments, the foolish students could not understand why you were crying. बाह्य नाही जान तुम्ही प्रेमेर विकारे पडुया स्तोमारे नील बाहिर दुवारे. You lost external consciousness while exhibiting transformations of ecstatic love, and the students carried you inside. देवानंद इथे ना करीला निवारण Guru yatha akya sei mata shishyagana. Devanand did not stop them. As the Guru was ignorant, so were his disciples. Since the students under the shelter of Devanand, the teacher could not understand the fruits of Shiva's devotional service, they committed offenses at the feet of Shivas because they were controlled by their material perception. Because the teacher Devanand did not check the actions of his ignorant students, he was also guilty of the offense. Devanand, who was ignorant of devotional service, gave no information about the exalted position of devotional service in his teachings to his students. Therefore, since the Guru had no qualification in devotional service, his disciples were also devoid of devotional service. Upon seeing the merciful, pure devotees' method of preaching through chanting, many people nowadays say it is better to worship the Lord at home in solitude. They say various obstacles such as false ego and pride attack one who preaches through chanting. But in this instance, if a person like Devanand Pandit remains ignorant about devotional service, does not preach the glories of devotional service, he commits an offense. This is the purport of this pastime. A scarcity of devotional service is seen in every activity of this world. But if one does not engage in glorifying the Lord to remove that scarcity, he is touched by offense. We'll explain this. Next two verses also read. Bahira duare toma edila tania tabe tumi aila parama dukha pana. When they left you outside the door, you returned home greatly distressed, feeling unhappy at heart. You sat down in a solitary place and again began to read Srimad Bhagavatam Dukkha Pai. Mane tumi virale vasila ara bara Bhagavata chaite lagila. I'm seeing your distress, I left Vaikuntha and appeared in your body. Dekhiya tomara dukha Shri Vaikuntha haite avirbhava hilama tomara dehite. So Shiva used to cry when he used to hear Bhagavatam. He used to be completely in ecstasy. Now in Mayapur Dham, we went to Shiva Pandit's house, the Gaudiya Math, which has evolved there. Now the present Gaudiya Math is taking care of the house of Devananda Pandit. we went to Koladweep. This house is in Koladweep. In the same house, in the same matha, we have a beautiful vigraha of Varaha Swami. If you all remember, who have come in the yatra, if you remember, Varaha Swami. You are not able to remember, at least remember the chanting and the dancing which all the devotees did there. So this is the most beautiful place. This is a place where one can learn that Krishna cannot tolerate the aparadhas. And the guru who doesn't teach devotional service, who is more interested in materialistic things, and does not stop his devotees also taking materialistic things, then that guru is also faulty. Now here, when Srivas is crying in ecstasy, all the students were criticizing him, and they told, oh, he's disturbing us, let us throw him out. Devanand Pandit did not stop his students doing such blunder. So in this way, in this kshetra, we come to learn that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifests in the heart of pure devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot tolerate if offenses are done. Offensive attitude differs from caring attitude. While caring, you may sometimes argue with some devotees, but your mood is to care the devotees. There's a lot of difference. Sometimes the devotees may fight with each other, but the mood is to care. That is not offenses. Don't consider everything as offenses. Offenses means criticism on someone's devotional service. Offenses means criticism on someone's attempt. So it is very important. Somebody is attempting to give you the facility of studying the scriptures, making you learn the scriptures. But if you are offensive, then that counts. There is a devotee who is working hard for arranging so many things. The moment you criticize, gone. But you can have suggestions which is given, which may or may not be accepted according to time, place, circumstances. So giving suggestions is not offenses. Again, we can give suggestions so that the whole system becomes more nice. Like when the temple construction goes on, many people give suggestions. Every suggestion should be heard, but it can be only implemented when it is feasible. Or you can say it is favorable in the path of devotional service. Every suggestion need not be taken, but hearing to the suggestion is nothing wrong. Giving suggestion is not offensive. Fight among the devotees to make the system wonderful, no offenses in that also. So devotees also should be, because sometimes devotees fight, sometimes they raise their voice. Don't think that you have done offenses. No. If you are raising voice, if your fight is favorable for devotional service or favorable for the arrangement in the path of devotional service, nothing wrong. Like some devotee comes to the temple. He is not interested in seva. He just sits in one corner, gossips in the phone. Another devotee comes and fights. Hey, what is this? In the temple, you're not interested in the seva, you're not interested in chanting also. Immediately the devotee should not think, oh, I have done some offenses. I have spoken so hard to the devotee. No, you have spoken right. But sometimes we have to control our way of speech is very much important. Controlling the way of speech is also important. Not able to control the way of speech, but in the heart you should have respect for the particular devotee and always have vancha kalpatarubhasya, no hatred should be carried forward. Till that point, it is done. Don't carry it. If you carry that and say, oh, You remember that after so many years, he told this, he told that. Hmm. Then you are carrying. You are not carrying the good things what is done to you. You are carrying only what um, uh, some difficulties you had taken. Now I am referring to the yatra what we have done. Now in the yatra, the best facilities were given. Now see here why we are taking this topic. Because Devananda Pandit's, the behavior toward Devananda Pandit was not checked by his guru. And here Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that even Lord doesn't accept this. And Devananda Pandit students insulted Shivas. Shivas is very wonderful devotee. So in the yatras, the best facilities were tried to be given. Whatever available in that particular whatever facilities we get in Bombay, don't expect that facility to have in small places. Actually, Dwarka is not a very big city. It is not a metropolitan city. It's a small city, 12 yojanas wide. It's a very small city. If you take an auto rickshaw, you can cover up every temple. This time it was crowded. Or some 15 years before when we had gone, it was not an yatra, it was just my parents had come along with us. That time it was like black, nothing, everything was empty. Temple empty, not much crowd, few crowds just here and there. Only Mangalarti you'll find some people, some in some aartis, but very peacefully, 8 bhogas I could go for every aarti. Take a rickshaw, go around, all the temples darshan happens. Small city. This time it was like heavily crowded. Lakhs of people were there because it is Purushottam Mass which is going on. In spite of so many, as if you see, if so much crowd comes, every hotel is full, every bus is full, food facilities are also full, but somehow we got all the facilities very nicely. We could have prasadam in time. We got good rooms. Some of the best room, Dwarkesh, ISKCON, Sanidhya, tried to give the best. Like if you go to Pandharpur in Ekadashi, Ashad Ekadashi, you will have lakhs of people. Don't expect facilities that time. If knowingly one has come to take darshan in this month, especially in any month, you can say the month which is very auspicious, like Ashad Ekadashi, the day itself is auspicious. Lakhs of crowd will be there. In that, whatever you are getting, it is mercy of Krishna. It's mercy of Lord. And that too, no rains. Then that, imagine if rains would have come, what would happen? People would have become completely drenched. How they will sit in the bus? Whole bus will be completely wet, all watery. So much of discomfort would have been there. So, when we go for darshan during such pious months, like Kartik month, heavy crowded, Vrindavan. Even in the Adhik Mas, Kartik, now Narayan had gone to Vrindavan last week. He and his professors, heavy crowded. To walk in the parikrama, it was like traffic jam. At that time, can you expect any facility? So whatever comes, that is mercy of Krishna. That time, we should actually thank Krishna at every step. Oh Lord, you have given me the best. Oh Lord, you have given me the best. This is what we have to always say. If we acknowledge for the things what we have got, because howsoever you try to make the best arrangement, it will only come whatever is there for us. First, we should not forget the law of karma. Whatever is destined, it is going to come. Intentionally, nobody wants to give a bad facility. But still, all the devotees were very contented, very happy. Getting Jyotirling, And that too in Shravan month, Somvar, Adhik Mas. There were at least 60 to 70 devotees who got to do, not more than that, got to do Abhishek, go inside the sanctum and do the Abhishek for Linga. Can this not be counted as mercy of Lord? So we should understand at every step to see Lord's mercy. When a person doesn't get anything, he's not getting the facilities. He's not getting anything to eat also. That is also mercy. Try to see mercy. We can have many suggestions. We can say so many things. But ultimately, we should always understand Krishna is calling us to Dham. He is making arrangement. He is making arrangement. The time, everything was so perfectly happening to such an extent, we could see even Krishna's mercy. A cow was killed by the Duranto Express. Now, Duranto Express coming late, impossible. Our devotees tried. Yes, they gave extension of 5 to 7 minutes. 20 minutes late. Now, you cannot say, oh, why our foolishness, we are making a cow kill. No. It's not our foolishness. Krishna loves us. Who are we to put Krishna in trouble? Krishna sees that in this trouble also the devotees are coming. Why should I not take trouble for them? To go inside the temple, the crowd was pushing. Myself, I got stuck in between all men's crowd. I thought now this is my last to breathe. You imagine 1,000 people pushing. My hairs were pulled. How I entered. I was chanting. I just guess this is also Lord's mercy. If I leave my body in this Shana, it's very auspicious. So when Krishna sees the devotees taking trouble for me, Krishna sees how much faith they have in me. Sometimes Krishna wants to prove his superiority, and his superiority is protecting the devotees at every step. Understand it very nicely. It is not that we don't plan. We plan. We want to come before time only. We want to come before time, maybe 2 hours, 1 hour, whatever we want to come before time. We plan accordingly only. But Krishna sees, Krishna makes all the arrangement. Krishna showed us all the places. And then Krishna checks, Krishna tests how much faith these devotees have in me. Somebody is writing, oh, the train is now before time. We have lost, we have to pull the chains, no options. Okay, that may be all suggestions, very wonderful. And one faith in Krishna, will Krishna not protect us? And even if Krishna is testing us, Krishna tests, who are we to give trouble to Krishna? We don't trouble Krishna. Do you think Krishna gets troubled by the devotees? No. The time is Krishna. Understand it very nicely. Kala is Krishna. I learned this from Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, there is a very big astrologer. He is a very big sadhu also. He was contemporary with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to go to him. Whenever he has to do something, he used to go to him. He has seen Prabhupada, he has seen Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, very old man. I was sent for some purpose because when Kamalochan Prabhuji went there, he was in tension actually. Kamalochan Prabhuji was in tension. The tension was every time it is 2 CR less. Why is it like that when the temple construction is announced now? The temple opening will be there in Ram Navami. Guru Maharaj announced. But in Ram Navami, Kamalochan Prabhuji before Ram Navami, Kamalochan Prabhuji gets an information that still we cannot open the temple, 2 CR is less. Then Prabhuji was just walking on the roads, looking at the sky, what to do. Because announcement is done by Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj has announced to all the senior leaders now what to do. And anyhow, the date has to be changed. But 2 CR from where to bring? Then somebody suggested Kamarja Prabhuji that go to this astrologer. Very great astrologer is. Kamarja Prabhuji went there. He is very expert in horror science, this astrologer. As soon as he came, he just started telling before even Prabhuji asking. And in that, he said, I'm going to tell a name. And that name, if it comes in that shloka, that person is going to complete the whole, that person is going to bring the money, whatever Lakshmi is required, and will be instrumental in completing the temple. When he told that, Narayani came, Prabhuji, and call that person to me next week. And Prabhuji told, your name has come in that shloka. And by Krishna's mercy, you are going to be instrumental in completing Meera Road Temple. Go to him and meet. So first time I am going, I don't know. I went with Praveen. Then I told him, Maharaj, हम लोग ये टाइम में उतरेंगे. नहीं डाल बेटा आप आ रहे हैं. Because Prabhuji gave my number to him. मैंने आ रहे हैं हम लोग ट्रेन में हैं. 9 बजे हमारा ट्रेन आ जाएगा अगस्त क्रांति. वहां से हम ये पकड़ेंगे तो आपके यहाँ आधा घंटा में पहुंचेंगे. फिर वहां रहेंगे. Later I was going on telling the plans. He told, shh. I told, what happened, Maharaj? He said, see, don't plan too much. Time is Krishna. You may have plans, but Lord does according to what he wants. So, time management and all these things, I have also done my cost accountancy and all those things. Too much of time management I have seen, but when this Baba told me, I said, yes, this is right. Yes, that doesn't mean that we are not planning, we are planning. But everything happens to the will of Krishna. And when it happens, understand it is for our good. Like we went to Calcutta now. When we went to Calcutta, our train was delayed. Then we came to know, if our train would not have been delayed, our train also would have crashed with the many trains crashed. So when Krishna is protecting the devotees in different ways, leave it to Lord. Leave it to Lord. Don't speak much. That is a time when we have to chant. There was a family who was just giving trouble in the bus when returning. Bar seeing, calling, because he was a retired railway officer. He thought that he's going to give some inputs. The input was only pressure and anxiety which was created to the devotees. And he was going on calling the station master. The sun writes 3 hours. My father was completely with the station master. The train which is going to reach 8:47 is going to reach 8:27. Just see the pressure created. But they forget Krishna is there to protect the devotees. He sees devotees are taking trouble for me. Why should not I take trouble for them? He sends his messenger. Just see, today morning I was just having tears. A cow was killed. That we may say, oh, because of our foolishness. Not our foolishness. Krishna wants that. But that cow which has sacrificed the life for the devotees. Yena kena prakarena, somehow or the other, because of that cow, 130 devotees climbed the train. So, punya karmana, when we say in the previous life, we don't know. Even we would have been a cow and instrumental in making the facilities for the devotees. So, death of that cow is actually a sukruti for that cow. How many of us really remember that cow? We are not aware. But the death of that cow is sukruti for that cow. Because of that cow, so many devotees could easily come and sit in the... So every shana, see Krishna's mercy. Who knows? Krishna wants to give the best to that cow. Death is inevitable. But dying for some purpose, like many soldiers, they die, they give up their body while protecting the country. Martyrs' Day, we celebrate. So when we are seeing that, that is a gross thing. Even the spiritual life, your spiritual master, your Guru Shishya Parampara, they contribute so much to give us the knowledge. It is Parampara which actually blesses us. See, one is tours and travels, going with some tours and travels, getting all the facilities. You pay also, na? Like that 1 lakh facilities are there. Then you get all, everything. Nobody gives you knowledge there. All facilities will be there. The best of the best will be there. We have to see, our every trip is connected with a project. We cannot just go on spending. We have to keep also something. There is so many tensions which is there behind. Feeding the cow every month, 4 to 5 lakhs goes just in the Goshala. I was just thinking in the morning. This the cow, the service to the cow, the same cow. Lord helped the cow, made the cow come and help us. Because Lord is also seeing that how much prayasa is done to feed the cows. Especially when there was COVID. Still we did not, many of the Goshalas were closed, but our Goshala went on. In fact, it increased. Vapi Goshala was closed. Vapi sent 10 cows to us. We did not say, we said, okay, bring. We had no facilities much, but still somehow or the other, something is happening. So pride in one's material knowledge should be given up. Just surrender to Krishna. Surrender, that is more important. Surrenderance to Lord is more important. Yes, suggestions and everything is wonderful, but ultimately it depends on Krishna, how much he wants to give us. Like you may have the best facility given to your wife for her delivery. But all again depends on which child is born. Sometimes you may say, I have booked the best hospital. On the way, the child may be born on the roads. So give up all these things. Come with a complete understanding and faith. Krishna is there at every circumstances to protect us. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Whenever a person is in utter difficulty, chant this instead of thinking so many things. This should have been done, that should have been done, this should have been skipped, that should have been skipped. Getting dham itself is so nice. Why it should be skipped? Every place is so wonderful. So somehow try to introspect to oneself. Are we relishing the spiritual benefits? That is more important. So many places we are going. Are we recollecting? Are we recollecting the offensive moods? Are we recollecting some mistakes unknowingly done? Like in one bus, nobody thought of even collecting for the driver who really brought. The driver comes and asks us. Then Aruna Mataji and myself, we gave. We did not ask the person also. So are we recollecting? Other buses and all thanked the driver, paid him. Everything need not be instructed. It should come out from one's own heart. They all collected. Our bus collected. Chakkan Prabhuji's bus collected. Gave to the driver. Thanked him for bringing. But in just anxiety and corrections and mistakes, there was a bus who did not do anything for the driver. Bichara, the driver came. And then I paid him 500 rupees. So always understand, through the mistakes, we should learn. So many instances, so many circumstances should make us strong if we are devotees. If we are devotees, learn to take the teachings. When we went to Calcutta, we were 1 hour before time. We were sitting in the waiting room before time. Jumur's brother came, gave prasadam to everyone. We were sitting in fact 1.5 hours before. In some yatras, we come before time. Some yatras, we want to come before time. It doesn't allow us. Time doesn't allow us. Like in one yatra, we were just standing before, our bus is standing before Calcutta station for 45 minutes. Imagine, bus is in time, heavy traffic, nothing can be opened, jam-packed. 45 minutes, we are only seeing the clock of the tower of the station. Now, who is to be blamed? Gone. The train was gone. I and Kamalachan Prabhuji ran to, but we also could not get down. Little bit we got down, and then somehow we got down and ran. By the time the train left, it's not that we were not before time. And then what happened? By the time the devotees came, we booked a morning train for them. We were on the way to Jagannath Puri from Mayapur. So another train was booked immediately. Cloakroom, this retiring rooms were booked. So everything is not according to what we want. I'm trying to tell this to many of you all. In one place, it so happened, we were in time. 1 hour before, all 300 devotees got into the train. This was my first yatra with Mira Road Temple. And we all went inside the train, but we came to know the prasadam packets, the bus which was carrying the prasadam packet, not bus, the tempo, that is stuck in traffic. None of them could get any prasadam, and it was again the travel to Bombay. Kamarajal Prabhuji just looked at me, and I could understand what he wanted. I just went into the, what is it called, pantry. At that time, pantries were not very safe. The pantry oil and all 300 people cooking was done, along with 3-4 Matajis. Whole pantry was made to wash. So, when we don't know certain things, we should try to know from every yatra. Every year we take 4 yatras, 15 years. How many yatras will become? 60 yatras. In 60 yatras, different experiences have happened. Somebody coming, offering us something. So all these things are the lessons to learn. Lessons to learn from different, but in every yatra, maintain the tranquility, maintain the peace, maintain the spirituality. Don't just get carried away by new people coming and immediately they spoil our consciousness. Have faith. At least this time we have not gone very far. It is just Rajkot. Rajkot, Bombay, every night there are hundreds of buses which are running. So we don't have to be so much in trouble or anxiety and start giving suggestions. No. 60 yatras to conduct. And on one yatra, 3 Koshtiyor, one person dies because of heart attack. Old man of 85. Today his son is writing to me, Mataji, I'm in complete tears. So learn from all these things. Now tell me, all the yatris were told to go. Myself, Kamalachan Prabhuji, Chandrapati Prabhu. Chandrapati Prabhu was looking for the pujaris, myself, and he, Kamalachan Prabhuji, was there in one place. And I am running in the place where lakdis are there for doing the last rites. The family cannot forget that. Now, was that in the agenda? We talk so many things. Was that in the agenda? Lord brings us back very safely. That itself is the biggest thing. Today, that boy writes to me, that man writes to me. Tirukoshtiyur cannot be forgotten because the dham is so powerful where Om Namo Narayana was chanted by Ramanujacharya standing in the top of the temple. From there, when we were chanting, this person looking at us left the body. Now, has he not got the Sukruti? Certain things are not there in our agenda. And we talk so many things. How to handle the situation, that should be an expertise. How to handle the new people, that should be an expertise. That can be only done only when you have the firm faith on the one who is taking you. That faith should be there. Yes, every facility The best of the best is tried to be given. When the first day prasadam was not good, and not good means not to that mark. Myself and all of us, we start sitting till 11:30 talking to the ISKCON officials. So we are trying to do the best. Here also it has been given the same thing. When you do some ninda, gone. But not giving suggestion is a ninda. Understand it very nicely. Fight among the devotees is also not a ninda. When the fight is giving us the knowledge to serve the devotees more, wonderful. So learn from the teachings. Hare Krishna. Sunday, come to give the best facility in Janmashtami. Generally, we don't take part in the beginning, then we comment in the end. Come, take part. Ask what service I should do in the festival. Ask what service I should do in the yatras. Take the responsibility. For that, meeting is there. Let Janmashtami go very nicely. Every group from every center will take up the responsibilities. Somebody will take care of the responsibility of distribution of prasadam. Some people will take the responsibility of keeping the chappals in proper place. Some may take the responsibility of Abhishek. So we will be allotting different services to different devotees. 11:30 come on Sunday for Janmashtami meeting. Hare Krishna. Stop here.
Hare Krishna, Dandut Nam.